Okay, so I was looking into the whole religion thing in Nigeria over the past 50 years or so. You know, from the mid-70s up to today and a little bit into the near future. It's fascinating stuff. Really shows how a country can change. So let's start back in 1975. The main player was, without a doubt, Islam. It made up a little over 45% of the country. Right behind it was what we'd call mainline Protestantism, your Anglican, Methodist, Baptist churches. They were a solid 18.5%. Then you had Roman Catholics at about 12.8%. A pretty significant chunk of people, almost 11%, still followed the various African traditional religions. That was the belief system of the land for countless generations. Pentecostalism was actually pretty small back then, just starting to bubble up at around 5%. Now, fast forward a bit, what you see over the next few decades is this slow, steady, and massive shift. It's like watching a tide come in. The single biggest story is the rise of Pentecostalism. My goodness, did it grow. It just exploded. From that 5% in the 70s, it started climbing by leaps and bounds every single year. By the year 2000, it had already doubled, and it just kept going. By the 2020s, it had overtaken mainline Protestantism to become the largest Christian group in the country. It's projected to be over 15% now. That's a huge change. People were drawn to its energetic worship, its focus on direct spiritual experience, miracles, and prosperity. It just resonated. At the same time, mainline Protestantism did the opposite. It slowly but surely declined. Year after year, a little bit here, a little bit there. From that strong 18.5%, it's now down to about 15.5%. A lot of that was people moving to Pentecostal churches. Islam has also grown steadily. It's been a constant, gradual increase, about 0.25% per year on average, because the population in the northern parts of Nigeria, which is predominantly Muslim, has high birth rates. So from 45%, it's now the majority faith, sitting around 55–56%. That's a fundamental change in the country's makeup. The most heartbreaking trend, in a way, is the near disappearance of African traditional religions. Back in '75, 1 in 10 Nigerians practiced them, but over the years, that number has shrunk dramatically. By the 1990s, it was halved. By 2010, in the statistics, it was basically at 0%. Now, that doesn't mean the beliefs and practices are completely gone, far from it. They often live on within Christianity or Islam mixed in. But as a primary, official religious identity, it has faded massively under the pressure from the two major global religions. The other groups are smaller, but tell their own stories. The category Other Christians, which includes a bunch of different independent and African-instituted churches, grew a bit. So did groups like Jehovah's Witnesses and the Seventh-day Adventists. Even the number of people saying they're atheist or agnostic, while still very small, has inched up over the decades, which is interesting in such a deeply religious society. Telegram viewers, the code is TAN131812. So when you step back and look at the picture from 1975 to today, what happened? Nigeria transformed from a country with 4 major religious blocks, Islam, mainline Protestant, Catholic, and traditional, into a country dominated by 2, Islam and Pentecostal Christianity. The old mainline churches lost ground, and the ancient traditional religions were largely absorbed or abandoned. It's a story of dramatic religious energy, of a population searching for new forms of faith, and of deep demographic changes that have reshaped the nation's identity. It's all there in the numbers. A quiet revolution that happened year by year, percentage point by percentage point.